This here is a 1986 Kramer American Pacer Custom 2. Right, let's see what all the different pickups sound like running through a 1974 Fender Twin Reverb tube amp. All right, so using the neck pickup right there, we definitely get a really bluesy Strat single coil sound in the neck position there. Real punchy, it's got a lot of low end to it. Really bass responsive, I dig that sound a lot. Now let's move to the fourth position here and check out our neck and our middle single coils together. Wow, that's definitely got a classic Fender Stratocaster sound right there, running the neck and the middle pickups together right there. I love that sound. Now let's try our middle single coil and see what kind of tones we get out of that one. Now I already know it's going to be a little bit lower in volume because I've got the middle single coil lowered so that I get the balance of tone that I just demonstrated, like that Strat quack as they call it. So I know when I play the middle pickup it's going to be a little bit lower, but I use this to my advantage if I'm strumming chords behind another guitar player who's soloing and I don't want to be overbearing or too bassy, especially if there's a bass player in the group as well. So definitely got a nice clear tone to it right off the bat. Definitely doesn't have the bass response that it had with the neck pickup, but that's okay. Yeah, definitely not bad. Has a place, there is a place for that kind of sound in a lot of forms of music. Hey, if you're finding value in this video, go ahead and smash that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. All right, now let's check out the humbucker in dual coil mode and just see what kind of sounds we're gonna get out of that. I anticipate it's gonna be really loud and powerful sounding. So here it goes. Roll the volume back here a little bit. These EMG potentiometers, the volume knob, very sensitive. It doesn't take much to cut a lot of the tone out of it and the volume. So right there, that's definitely not as, like, it's not breaking up as much when I rolled the volume back some versus through the Fender Twin, we're getting a little bit of break up there, which is kind of cool depending on what sound you're looking for. Now let's try it in single coil mode and see how that single coil in the bridge position sounds. Definitely bright and cutting in the tonal characteristics of that. I really dig that sound. I can see where that would come in handy for different types of country licks and stuff like that. All right, now let's try position 2 with the humbucker and the middle single coil. Already I can see it balances out that humbucker sound, which was really powerful and kind of almost overbearing. With that middle single coil on, it definitely balances better. Yeah. Now let's try it with the single coil engaged on the humbucker. Very cool. Now let's see how she does running through a Marshall 1959 hand-wired plexi with some distortion. Roll the volume back a little bit and try the single coil in the neck bridge position. Try the neck position. Yeah, so right there we can get some searing heavy metal lead tones out of this thing, as well as some just bluesy sounding tones as well. The reason why I chose this guitar is because it brings back a fond childhood memory. So when I was about 14, I got my first electric guitar, and it was a late 80s Kramer Focus 3000. And I remember at the time watching MTV when MTV actually played music videos. So I was seeing all these rock band videos on MTV, and some of the guys were playing Kramers. I remember, like Eddie Van Halen, Richie Sambora, Mick Mars from Motley Crue, guys like that were big, iconic players, or inspirations for me to want to even start playing the guitar. They were playing Kramer, and I just thought they were the coolest looking guitar of the time. And I remember my dad would, we would go to pawn shops looking for like a deal on a used guitar, because back then we didn't have a lot of money. But my parents still tried to get me a guitar because that's something I was really interested in. And I remember him showing up one day and pulling this case out that said Kramer on it. And when I opened it, I mean, it was the best day of my life right there. When I got that Kramer electric guitar, it was just, I couldn't believe it. So anyway, having a little bit of nostalgia here, I started craving another Kramer to kind of rekindle that childhood memory. So found this one on reverb.com and paid a little much for it. But I tell you, it has been an amazing guitar. There's some things that I had to do to this guitar when I got it. Due to its age, the frets were completely like non-existent. They were worn down to practically nothing. So I've had it completely refretted with jumbo stainless frets. And then the pickups, I didn't really care for the Seymour Duncan pickups that came in it. I like a high output humbucker, and I just felt like the Seymour Duncan JB was more of a low output, medium output pickup. So I have replaced the pickups with an EMG 81TW, which is the coil splitting mode, because it does have the coil tap switch that was already installed in the guitar. So I have that ability. And then I've got two EMG Steve Lukather single coils. And also, on these Kramer guitars, Kramer did not use Floyd Rose stud inserts into the body of the guitar. They literally just used a long wood screw that went into the body. Now, the bodies on these are made out of a wood called poplar, and over time, poplar can get very brittle and dry. So the posts, the studs here for the Floyd Rose, over time had started leaning forward due to the pull of the strings on the bridge. And so what I did was I had the studs removed and then bought modern Floyd Rose studs and inserts. I had my guitar tech use a milling machine to drill the holes down into the body and install the studs. And now we've got basically just incredible tuning stability that'll last probably another 50 years before it needs any maintenance done on it. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video on my 1986 Kramer American Pacer. Definitely a cool guitar, definitely getting rarer and harder to find. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop one down below. Make sure you subscribe to Joseph Hansen Guitar Studio and turn on those bell notifications so you see when a new video is being uploaded. And also check out some more videos from the playlist over here. I will catch you guys next time. Until then, keep rocking on.